I was hesitant to make this type of video, but the reason why I did it is because I know that it could potentially inspire someone and could potentially change someone's life. If you're new to the channel, my name's Tristan, I'm 25, I run a pressure washing business, and I am brutally transparent and brutally fucking honest. I don't sell a course. I like talking about business. I like talking about money. So guys, if you want to, you can definitely subscribe. As I want to get to know you, I want to get a digital hamburger with you. You already know what I'm saying. But let's get into it. Now, I want to put this ultimatum of I aspire to go pro in baseball. I truly aspired to do that. That was my ultimatum goal, my life goal. I wanted to do that. So just kind of put that in the back of your mind. But my early life, my high school life, you could say, I was rejected. I was rejected a multitude of times through teams, whether that was, you know, your best friends were on a team and you'd get on the lower team. Rejected with people, rejected with outcomes, rejected with so many damn things. Like, that's how it was, man. A lot of people could probably relate. I was overshadowed by a lot of other individuals, and it just felt like I was just consistently in the fucking shadows, which is okay. There was one thing that I had, which was recognition of where I was at this moment and having that accountability. And when I recognized, oh shit, I have an underdeveloped skill set, I have to do more than the other individual, or more than the common individual. So I would wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I would get 3 workouts in a day because I knew that I was far behind. This ultimately allowed me to propel and play college baseball, in which I played at 3 different schools. 1 at Paris Junior College, 2 at New Mexico State, which had some beautiful girls, by the way, and 3 at Arkansas Fort Smith, a junior college, a Division I, and a Division II. And let me just briefly go over what I learned at each college. At Paris Junior College, you know, I lived in a jail cell. I lived in I want to go as far as say 100 square foot jail cell box with another individual right next to you. Y'all were basically sleeping just leg to leg. It was the meth capital of Texas. It was in the middle of fucking nowhere. But it taught me that you need to make the most out of your situation. And you can't be afraid to lay it all on the line and bet on yourself. Because quite frankly, at a junior college, if you don't know this, you only have 2 years to prove yourself to be eligible to go to the next level. So you only have 2 years. At a university, you have 4 years. But they gave me a shot, they gave me a Scally, and I was able to go to the next level with that. My freshman year, I played pretty well, I would say. Here are my statistics. And then my sophomore year, I was top 10 in the nation in stolen bases. I didn't really hit well, but my attributes were there. And I was able to go and land and play at New Mexico State that following year, which is Division I, which was a vitally important step for this. But guys, like, I spent every fucking hour relentlessly playing, breathing, eating, college, I mean, playing baseball. Legitimately, I could not stop fucking thinking about it. So I go over to New Mexico State, and like I said, there are some beautiful women over there. Definitely out in New Mexico. Shout out New Mexico for sure. But man, like, I did not have a good fall. Did not have a good fall, and I got cut from the team. And it was, man, imagine spending your whole life to that point and then getting cut. And it was hard on my spirit. It was hard on my heart. It was hard on my mind. But like, I still wanted to go out there and play. And luckily I had another guy that I was friends with, and I was able to go and play at that Arkansas Fort Smith, and I actually had a really good junior year. Fast forward a year. where after the junior year, I thought I had a good shot at going pro. I really did. And COVID happens, and my professional dreams start to dissolve, and I'm starting to realize that, fuck, I need to figure out something. And I didn't know what to do. I truly didn't know what to do. And this is why I'm making this YouTube video right now, is because I legitimately changed the course of my life by watching a YouTube video. It was 1 week before I was going to graduate with a finance degree. I got an opportunity to go to a financial firm, make 70K, an accounting firm to make 80K, and I didn't want to do that. I truly did not aspire to do that. There's a phrase, there's a quote I love that says, I would rather work 16 hours on my own asset than 8 for someone else's. And I really took that to heart. Watched this YouTube video and I made the consensus with myself that I was going to start a lawn care business. I had $400 to my name and I went all in on a lawnmower and a weed eater. And this was a week before I was graduating. So I made that decision. I wrote handwritten letters to everyone around my Arkansas cul-de-sac and I said, hey, I'm starting a new business endeavor before I go back home to Texas, and I would really love the opportunity to mow your yard for free just to get some marketing material. Basically begging, right? And so I went, and the first guy that I ever did his yard for, he tipped me $60. He was a very big business owner, and he said, you need to continue to do this. And it's quite ironic because whenever I served other individuals that, you know, did the W-2, they were like, how can you make money doing this? But the business owners that I traditionally do work for, they always say, you're doing the right stuff. And they know better, and they usually live in bigger houses too. But my point being is I got that $60. I went back home. I reinvested that into print marketing, and I got some door hangers, and I put out these door hangers on every single house around the neighborhood for 2 straight weeks until I eventually got 10 clients for lawn mowing. And I did those yards for about $35 a pop, which was $350 a week. Okay, I saw and I felt some type of momentum. I was like, we are going to do this. I remember a family member came down and they were saying, this is pure idiocy, Tristan. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? And look, guys, family members or close friends, they're going to disagree with you, especially when you are starting off something and you're taking a bet on yourself, because they hate seeing, you know, their dreams being lived off by someone else's and taking the risk on you. And it hurt my soul having that conversation, but at the end of the day, it's, you know, we kept doing. That's the biggest thing. Whenever you have people trying to object to you and you have family members saying this is a bad idea, you shouldn't do this, get a job, yada yada yada, that was something humongous that I had to fucking overcome early on, right? So I think that's a huge step into the going process of starting a business. If you're watching this, that happened to me. Guys, look, we started to find momentum, and we actually started to compile up to 40 weekly accounts. We actually got a big property management group from another guy that we met at a wedding, and we just kept spiraling and kept going. We eventually went into high landscaping tickets, which there's a shit ton of money in, and we actually pivoted into some Christmas lights as well. Now you're probably asking me, where the fuck is pressure washing? And we did get some requests for pressure washing. And I decided to buy a Ryobi machine with some of the money that I got from the lawn care. And I was like, dude, I love this. I absolutely adore this, man. I then started to do a lot more pressure washing jobs while I was doing lawn care and even these high landscaping tickets, because I genuinely enjoyed it. And then I started to recognize, oh shit, there's a lot of money in it. I then invested into a 4-gallon per minute pressure washer, and I had a decision that I had to make. And this is going into year 1 of pressure washing. Welcome to it. Year one of pressure washing, I had the decision to make between landscaping and pressure washing, because I remember one of my clients that we did some big time work for, she said, what is it? Is it landscaping or is it pressure washing? And it really made me decide, oh shit, we really need to niche down, because I don't want to be a jack of all trades and I don't want to be a handyman. So I made the consensus decision within myself to go all in on pressure washing, point blank. I loved it. I thought it was less treacherous on my body. I thought it was a lot more efficient, and I loved the profitability of it. Niching down was one of my biggest things, and it evolved into Kalina's pressure washing, from Kalina's landscaping to Kalina's pressure washing. I spent 2 months trying to learn how to build a fucking trailer. 2 months FaceTiming a guy from South Carolina to legitimately teach me how to build a trailer. It was hieroglyphics. It was a foreign language to me. I didn't know anything. But the point being of that is that you need to take a few steps back to propel yourself to go forward. It's like a rubber band effect. And whenever I got done with that, I installed the marketing tactics that I learned from lawn care and landscaping into my pressure washing business, and this allowed me to learn what to do and what not to do. That was a big pivotal moment from year one. We actually did over 100K in year one, but we learned what to do and what not to do. That was a big emphasizer of year one, guys. And the emotional roller coaster of going up and down, it taught me a lot of emotional intelligence and how to neutralize some of the slower months of year one, which was very, very important, guys. So let's pivot now into year two. Year two was super interesting. Year two of full-time pressure washing. It was eye-opening for me. Really eye-opening for me, because I then got the second trailer and the second truck out there. And guys, you gotta understand this. I'm not scared to go to zero. I'm not scared to go broke. I'm not scared to lose it all, because going back to the ultimatum of what my life aspired to be with a professional baseball player, I put in all relentless hours to work, and it never happened for me. So all I know, particularly, is to work and to go absolutely crazy in the journey. And if the outcome happens, okay. But I went all in, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, on an ultimatum goal of to go to and play pro baseball and play at the MLB, and it never happened for me. So at the end of the day, going into year two of full-time pressure washing, I am not afraid to go broke and do what is necessary, because it's happened to me before, essentially, and really like at a deep level, deep level. We got the second trailer up, and I really wanted to emphasize this, because in year one of pressure washing, I recognized what to do and what not to do, and the biggest thing and the biggest evaluator of the success of year two was doing more of the stuff that actually worked and doing less of the stuff that actually didn't. And we maximize our return on investment by figuring out what actually works, and it's definitely different within each market, and I'm fully fucking convinced on that. But that was humongous for year two. That resulted into some huge tickets, that resulted into some big commercial tickets, that resulted into some consistent income, which I think a lot of people start to worry about in this business. But another big emphasizer for year two was I had to eliminate a lot of people that were artificially cheering for me in the front of my face, and then I would figure out that they were actually talking shit behind my back. Which that's my one strike policy. Like, if I figure out like you're talking shit behind my back, like, why do I need to tolerate that? There are people literally watching this through the camera that'll comment and ask for my advice. There are people that I've talked to that have sat down with me with a piece of paper. You think I need to tolerate a fucking you think I need to tolerate a motherfucker that will talk shit behind my back? I want to congregate around people that will actually want to see me win, and I want to see them win. That is humongous. So I always tell people that, 2023 was the last of your people, but it net the best gain, in my opinion. And I think you know, just doing the boring things over and over and over again allowed me to go from, you know, it allowed me to double the business essentially for year 2. And so going into year 3, first of all, it's going to be a wild one, I'll tell you that. But you know, we just invested into 2 rental properties, and I'm pretty excited to kind of keep sharing that side of things as well with you guys, because I think as a young guy, like, that is the best asset class, and I really want to emphasize that. But you know, being able to do that, and like looking back, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, oh, I made it, because I'm not even fucking close. Like, I'm in the lonely chapter right now. I'm in the middle of my fucking storage unit, 1 clap at a fucking time. That's it. So all those YouTubers that are gonna, you know, that say and try to sell you this like sexy course and dream, and it's like, oh, it's gonna be over. It's like, no, it's not. Like, you gotta go and fucking put in the work. And that's been my life, is like, you have to do it regardless, and you have to put in the fucking work, because if you don't, like, you have absolutely no shot. But if you do, at least you have a shot. You know, this is my journey. It's gonna be a lot different for you. And like I said, I kind of hate making videos like this. But I know that it can potentially inspire someone to go out and change your life, because, you know, that YouTube video that I did watch, it really changed the trajectory of my life. And that's why I do it, and that's why I want you guys to subscribe, so that maybe one of your lives can change. And I think, you know, connecting and communicating with you guys, I really reply to every single one of you guys, because I genuinely fuck with y'all heavy. But just be you. Don't be anyone else. Like, really be truthful, be charismatic, and just consistently learn. I think if you do those things, you'll be really good. And, you know, this is my journey. This is how I'm sitting in my shop right now. Yeah. But that's about it, guys. I appreciate you guys staying tuned. You guys should definitely take a look at the next video. And let's keep grinding. Let's keep doing it. Much love, guys. Peace.